Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Miss Phins. Much appreciated. How is everybody doing? Good morning on this very beautiful Monday morning. Much appreciated, people. Guys, this is your first time. Welcome to Miss Phins. This is not your first time. Welcome back to Miss Phins. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today again. This is Miss Phins, and this is Miss Phins Mornings. Man, I'm still working on my morning. Honestly, guys, it's a work in progress, but we'll get into it later. Let's see here, guys. So yes, on your way in, if you guys can do me a quick, very quick favor, you see that right there? Hit the like button, guys, and subscribe. Super easy, super simple. Like and subscribe, share. Everybody watching on Twitter, Twitch, guys, thank you so much for coming. Back to Miss Fans, much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All I ask is that you come over here to YouTube, smash the like button, then you go right back. That's it. Just peeps. If you like the show, click it once. If you don't like the show, click it 3 times. That's it. Super easy, super simple, guys. But welcome back. I'm much appreciated. There you go. YouTube.com/Miss Vince. Guys, what a weekend. Subscribe today. Oh, we're well over 300 subscribers, so shout out to all of you guys. Shout out to all of you guys for making Miss Fins even awesomer. Much, much, much appreciated. As per always, as per usual. So let me say good morning to you guys real quick as I see you guys coming in. SpongeBob Marley, love the name. Good morning. Good morning. Chef Jew, as per always, thank you so much. Yep, Miss Fins, absolutely everyone. How y'all doing this morning? Let's see here. Color. Good morning. Thank you so much. Good morning. Good morning. Much appreciate all of you guys. Let's go Heat and Panthers. Agree. Appreciate it. Good morning, Michelle. Welcome back. Good morning, Finn's family. Listening but probably not interacting at work. I get it. Go work. Make your money. No worries. We love to listen. So we're gonna have a fun topic today because guess what? If we're being honest with each other, Tua is controversial for no reason, in my opinion, but it makes news, people. So we're gonna talk about it. Well, mostly because he's a quarterback of the Miami Dolphins, super legendary team. Makes sense, pretty much. But guys, again, if you haven't done so already, smash that like button, okay? Smash it, please, and then subscribe. Thank you so much. So, guys, as you can see in my title, can Tua become an MVP? Can he? Well, I mean, literally anybody can. But what's the likelihood of him actually becoming MVP? And good morning, Commenty. Appreciate it. Yes, guys, hit that like button. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. Welcome back to Miss Smith. Bowleg. Shout out to the yes, yes. 305 Sports Baby. Yup. Special you guys, OJ McDuffie. Absolutely. Shout out to her too. Thank you so much, Bowleg, for showing up. Let's see here. So listen, yeah, guys, Tua. Can he become a dark horse MVP? So I was watching and I've been seeing like a bunch of coverage on this because somebody somewhere thought, could Tua become a dark horse MVP? Especially with all of these other potential QBs and all these other guys. Hey, if we're being honest, it could totally happen. Absolutely totally happen. But what's the likelihood of it happening? I feel like that's really more of the question that we should be asking. Could it happen? Of course. What's the likelihood of that happening? I mean, we have 32 teams, 32 starting quarterbacks, 32 backup quarterbacks, and then a few others that are like third stringers. Um, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we really need to see how likely is Tua to becoming an MVP for the Miami Dolphins. And on top of that, too, think about it. What does he need to do to become an MVP? What does the team need to do or accomplish for him to become an MVP? And then how will that combination really propel him into getting to MVP stardom? Well, that's why you guys are here for this morning, so we're gonna talk about it, guys. Very simple, very easy. I mean, Tua Tagovailoa, obviously, as we know, was drafted by the one and only legendary most greatest team of all time, Miami Dolphins. Yes, I'm a homer. Deal with it, people. And because of that, in 2020, obviously, he has his stats and things like that. Also, 2021, we're gonna go over stats. We're gonna go over a few stuff, but at the end of the day, I kind of really want to start off. Where did this um, Tua Dark Horse MVP kind of came from? So Adam Shaheen from NFL Network or NFL.com, he pretty much ranked like nine MVP Dark Horse candidates. So shout out to Adam Shaheen. Much appreciated. Number 9, Trey Lance, QB from 49ers. Number 8, Justin Jennifer, wide receiver for the Vikings. Number 7, Aaron Donald, defensive tackle, Rams. Jalen Hurts, QB from Eagles. Deshaun Watson, number 5, QB from Browns. Your number 1 QB. Number 4, well, number 1 in our hearts. And his actual number is number 1. But in this ranking, he's number 4. Tua Tagovailoa, QB from the Dolphins. Then you have number 3, Derrick Henry, a running back from Titans. Number 2, Matt Ryan from, oh my God, I can't even believe I'm looking at that. QB from the Colts. I'm just so used to growing up with Matt Ryan being a QB for Atlanta that it's weird seeing him anywhere else. But that's just me. I don't know how y'all feel. Let me know in the comment section. And then number 1, Derek Carr, QB for the Raiders. So those are the top 9 that he mentioned that are dark horse candidates. What does dark horse mean? Well, great question. Very easy. Essentially, nobody's looking at them and they could just come out of nowhere. Like that one person when you're trying to, cross the intersection and they literally come out of nowhere to cut you off just for both of you guys to end up in the same red light. Yeah, idiots. But hey, it is what it is. So yeah, guys, those are the top 9 that he mentioned would be dark horse. Obviously, your favorites are always going to be like Brady, Rodgers, who else? Mahomes, mostly QBs because they put up the stats, or at least there's the fancy ones. They also have the giant contracts too, so you have to also consider that. But at the end of the day, that's pretty much what they're talking about. Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. Welcome, welcome. Let's see here. I got Bones. Welcome. 1, 2, 3, 4 Fs. Welcome. DM Phins. Welcome. Isaac. Welcome. Delusional Patriots fan. Thank you for always representing the Patriots. I appreciate it. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Let's see here. Ray Love. Welcome back. Welcome back. Appreciate all of you guys. Batman. Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining in. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So yeah, guys, it's a very interesting conversation, and I know it gets controversial because at the end of the day, whenever you talk about the number 1 position in your team, the most important position, yeah, it's always gonna be controversial. Some people are gonna be like, "Well, Miss Vince, there's no way on earth he's becoming MVP." Hence why it's called Dark Horse. People, I'm just saying, like, that's literally why it's called Dark Horse. And then other people are like, "Yes, he's gonna be the best one, and you're gonna see, he's gonna show everybody." And once he shows everybody he's an MVP in my heart, and he's gonna be a real MVP, you'll see it. Those are the extremes. Then you have the people like, well, depends on how the team goes. Depends on. We're gonna go a little more middle of the road if we're gonna be honest. Why? Because it's funner to be in the middle of the road because you get to entertain both sides. There you go. See. So guys, Tua Tagovailoa. I'm just gonna go over a couple of the stats. Remember, we're doing player bios in 2 weeks. We're gonna start that series, player bios, deep dive, like into all players. Now, question. I mean, not question. No way am I doing 90 players. I'm talking about the core, which is like 30 that we already know. They're gonna super make it. Like, I'm pretty sure Tyreek is making the team. I feel very confident about that. So obviously, I'm gonna do it on him. But Skylar Thompson, sorry, Skylar. I don't know. He could be practice squad. he might sneak in to the player bias. But we're definitely gonna do it because obviously we wanna shout him out. Why not? And then I can deep dives and show you guys exactly like what to expect with these players. And Tua obviously is gonna be one of them. But we gotta still talk about it because it's the off season, people, and there's nothing to talk about except how many beers can most people drink in a tailgate. You know what? Put that real quick. I know, super random, but I want to see how many beers can you have during or the most you've had during a tailgate, if you can remember. Ah, there you go. Anyways, so as far as Tua, real quick, super easy stats. Obviously, 2020 he started. Not really that many games because as we all know, Mr. Tagovailoa was a little injured, so he definitely didn't play all the games. But he played. He did play. He did play some. So he started 9 in 2020, which is good. Well, let me rephrase that. As a co starting QB, 9 is what he played because we still have Ryan Fitzpatrick, and we all know the deal. I'm not gonna hash it out. Him coming in the bye week and just taking off. But so yeah, so he started 9, and then in 2021 last year he played 12 games, or at least started 12 games. But for being honest, there were a couple where he really didn't start. So, but he still ended up finishing. So realistically, it was like 13 games that he really played ish. Now, as far as the records and all of that, he's 13-8 based on those. Um, Obviously, completion percentage is very easy. 2020, 64.1 completion percentage. He also had 1,814 yards passing, 11 touchdowns, interceptions with an 87.1 QBR rating. And then 2021, 67.8 percentage completion percentage, 2,653 yards passing, 16 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and 90.1 QBR rating. Easy stats, people, for you guys to follow. So as far as Tua, he was, I don't want to say middle of the road, but he did some stuff with the fact that he missed so many games. And honestly, best ability is the availability. So yes. Good morning, Pamela. Welcome. Yes. Thank you for coming through. Appreciate it. Yeah, like best ability is availability. And unfortunately, he hasn't been available for all the games. I expect him to play all 17 games. Absolutely. Unless we're blowing out somebody by like 53-3, I better not see Teddy come out not once this entire season. Literally not once. There's no need. You know what I mean? If we're being honest. Um but yeah. So as far as there's just super basic numbers. It wasn't really all that overwhelming. If I'm not mistaken, he was ranked like 22nd last year in QB. But you know what? With those numbers, with that availability, what can Tua do? Those are some of the questions. Like, what can he do to be a dark horse QB? And also, what does the team need to do, or at least accomplish, for him to be a dark horse MVP? And then from there, will that be enough to get him? So those are going to be the 3 questions we're going to ask today. Why? Because that's how I have it set up, people. Some show. There you go. But guys, in the meantime, we have so many people of you guys coming in so far. Really do appreciate it. Hey guys, do me a favor real quick. Hit the like button, okay? Smash that like button. Smash it. Hit the like button and subscribe. Guys, we need more subscribers. You want to keep having this morning show? I want to keep giving it to you. But I need that support. Super simple. If you got somebody that likes sports, somebody that likes football, somebody that likes the Dolphins or wants to just see a beautiful face every morning, definitely go ahead and hit the like button, guys. Subscribe and share it with everybody else. If you're on Twitter or Twitch, guys, thank you so much for joining Miss Phins this morning. Much appreciated. You guys, if you can just come over here and just smash that little like button, I really appreciate it. That's all. Smash. If you don't like the show, guess what? Thank you. So smash the like button 3 times. That's all we ask. Uh, but guys, seriously, like just like and subscribe. Essentially, there you go. Now, as far as thank you, Pamela, much appreciated, much appreciated. As far as those 3 things, so what does he need to do? What does the team need to accomplish? And then, will that be enough? Okay, let's talk about it. As you can see with those numbers, kind of raw, and you can't really go 100% based on that because obviously he wasn't playing a full season. The expectation is for this year is for Tua to actually play the full season, being the starting QB, getting a brand new offense, guys. I mean, Tyreek, Cedric Wilson, Raheem Mostert, Tron Armstead. I mean, that's just a couple. Chase Edmond. Just a couple. I haven't even gone through all the additions. We have so many additions. So, can he do that? Can he go ahead and make it happen? Essentially, what does he need to do? So, based on what we have, as far as uh, you're funny as I'm here to hear the beautiful face. Let me be talk. Hey, listen, we gotta talk about it, and I don't mind you guys going back and forth. But hey, we have to talk about it because obviously that's a topic that we have. But realistically speaking, is it possible? Yes. Likely. Nah, not that's likely. But it's okay. We still gotta talk about it. So Tua, in my opinion, especially with all these weapons, I forecast Tua to have at least 4,500 yards. At least. You heard it here. At least 4,500 yards, 35 touchdowns. To me, he does that. And I'm doing that because in reality, if you take all of his yards, add the 17 games that he should have, or 16 games that he had 2020, because we didn't do 17 till last year. He would have had like 3,800 yards. Add to with literally Gasicki, Waddle, and 2 other people. Like with all those, and he would have had 3,800 yards. Yeah, I expect him to have, with a full season, at least 4,500 yards. At least. Why? Because it's not that far off. If you think about it, 4,500 yards, very simple. I'm going to do the calculation right now because I'm not trying to think of that math at this moment. That is 265 yards a game. If he averages last year, which if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be 218 yards, 204 yards per game. He averaged. An extra 60 yards. You're telling me Tyreek can't yak an extra 60? Come on. Really? That's what I say. It's not out of the realm for him to go ahead and have 4,500 yards, especially with this team, especially with the focus on yak. Everybody wants to yak, yak, yak. Okay, great. We're yakking. That means getting an extra 60 yards a game is nothing, especially with all these people that we have. No, it's definitely not a reach. It's definitely. Thank you, Abs. Joe Burrow, not that I'm expecting anything close to that. Let's be real. Joe Burrow, what he did was amazing. Not expecting that at all. But yeah, he threw 2 500-yard games. With all of these weapons, you really tell me he can't do average 290 a game? Or at least 265 to average? And obviously, that means plus or minus, guys, is the average. There are going to be some games that he'll do over 300, maybe 350. Maybe he might have a breakout and have a 400-yard game. Oh, God, please. Please let that happen. I'll be so happy. You know what I mean? So it's possible. It's realistic to say where we were in this offense for us to do an extra 60 yards a game with all this yak. Come on, people. You know it's possible. There's no way we can't. I mean, it's it's just too accessible with the weapons that we have for him to average 265. That's 4,500 yards. 40, 4,500 yards. And then I said 35 touchdowns. Okay, fine. Miss Phins, how many touchdowns is that? Two touchdowns a game. You're telling me Tua can get two touchdowns a game? Again, with Tyreek and Waddle and get sexy? Please. Two touchdowns a game is nothing. I'm expecting him to do 2.5 touchdowns. Meaning, you know how averages work. It's weird. This thing is telling me 205, but 2.05. But realistically, two touchdowns. Two touchdowns. That's nothing. He averaged, I think, 1.8 last year. And again, he didn't even play all that. But with the games that he did play, hello. So that's why I say it's not that far off for him to go from 1.5 touchdowns a game, averages people, that's why I'm saying it, to two touchdowns. With all this yak, come on, guys. To me, so that's what we have him at. That's where I see it's very simple, feasible. 4,500 yards, 35 touchdown, and to be honest with you, no more than 10 interceptions, which will be less than one. That's where I'm at right now with the numbers of Tua. I feel like that would be a jump from where he was. Remember, guys, we're talking about him being a dark horse. Okay, him being a dark horse is he's gonna have to do something that's more than that. Now, when you have Tom Brady at 44 doing 5,500 yards, now we see what he has to do to really be considered. You know what I mean? That's just my base. My base is for 4,500 yards, guys. For him to be like really consideration to MVP status, a couple of things have to happen for him. So let's go with him. What he has to do. That's just my base. Get you with my base. 4,500, 35 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. But we're gonna go higher because to be MVP means you have to excel at pretty much everything in your team. And you also have to outshine other teams as well. So for him to do that, he really is going to have to break 5,000 yards. That's a stretch, people. That's a stretch. Like, that's really like, that's where I'm coming back to reality and saying, I can see 45 because of the weapons, but 5,000 yards? No, now we're really hoping. Just saying. Like, that's really like a lot. So can he do 5,000 yards? Well, Miss Finch, how much does that work out to be? Thank you for asking, guys. Very easy, very simple. 5,000 yards divided by 17 games, 294 yards. He would have to average essentially 300 yards a game to get 5,000 yards. I mean, that's not as bad. I mean, if you really take a look at it with Tyreek, like, and Waddle and these weapons and the yak everybody wants to, keep talking about, guys, 300 is not that far off. You know what I mean? 265 to 300 is 35 extra yards a game. I think 35 extra yards a game. One of our running backs can catch and run and things like that. So that it's possible, not likely, if we're being honest, but it's possible for him to actually have, if he wants to reach that 5,000 yard mark, he has to have an average of 300 yards a game. We have 17 games, so it's even easier. Um, yeah. Listen, level two noob, I get it. When your average is 204, 300 is a long ways, yes. But he didn't have all these weapons. And I said 265 bare minimum. Keeping receipts, absolutely feel free, Miss Pam. Quote me. Quote me. But yes, guys, like he would have to do to be even considered, he'd have to do like 5,000 or like 49, 4,800 yards. Really to show that he it's not just elevated himself, but elevated the team. We're gonna talk about the team stuff in a second. But that is essentially stats wise, in my opinion, would really put that shine on him for him to be a remember I said dark horse MVP people. And with that, that is where you're gonna go ahead and have the availability for him to go ahead and to actually make it happen. So if you really think about it, it's totally possible for him to reach 265 yards with this new offense. 300, that's a reach. I get it, but it's still possible. Okay. Now, as far as being able to go ahead and do it on a consistent basis, that's the part where I'm like, oh God, because consistency is key. But, you know, with the way things are looking, at least the good video, not the setup videos that a very lovely AV team has put out. But anyways, um, it looks like connections are happening out of 8 OTAs, organized team activities, and things are looking good, solid. Obviously, you want them to get the kinks out now and not on game day. So yeah, that's essentially what it is. So Tua for me, he'd have to definitely do. He'd have to do like something insane, something that would really make you think like, oh, that is so not Tua. Like if somebody told you, hey, listen, I got this QB who's going for MVP. He got 5,200 yards, 45 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Oh yeah, that's Brady all day every day. Oh, that's Rodgers all day every day. No, it's Tua Tagovailoa. Who? Tua? Very long name, Tagovailoa. That is the dark horsiness of it all. Okay, just saying, just saying. So that's my thing. I feel like 45 touchdowns, 5,000 yards, 10 interceptions, or even let's give him a couple more. 13. You know what? Yeah, I don't know, because he can be giving it up like that. Like, no, he can't be giving it up like that. So that would be like my dark horsey numbers as far as stats, okay? And yes, sweet chums. Whoa, it's my first time seeing you here. Welcome to Mixed Fins. Appreciate you for coming through. Thank you so much. King Mill, welcome back to Miss Fins. Appreciate you. Um, but yeah, that's stat wise what I see would have to happen for him to be a dark horse MVP. You know what I mean? Now, as far as team and what the team has to do for us to be considered, you know, a top team. Remind you, we have 10 Pro Bowlers that we're going to go against this year. Our schedule is it's tough. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie. Love it to noob. Welcome back to Miss Vince. Yes, I'm not going to lie. Our schedule is not easy when you're going against so many top quarterbacks. And yes, people, Kirk Cousins went to a Pro Bowl. Thank you very much. Still a Pro Bowler. So yeah, as far as Tua becoming a dark horse MVP, what does the team have to accomplish to help him out in that? It's not as simple as you think. One thing I would say, and you guys have known if you follow Miss Fins, I'm always saying it all the time. Our path to the playoffs and the Super Bowl is through the division. Through the division. That is how we get it. What does that mean, Miss Fins? Thank you so much for asking. Very simple. We have to win the division. I mean, I don't, it's not that hard. Like, gotta win the division. What does winning the division mean? Well, we're gonna have to beat the Bills, people. That's the one team we have not won in the last few years against. Beating the Bills, being competitive against the Bills, and not just beating them like 1 point or like 3 points. I'm talking about smacking them, like really beating the Bills. That right there is what we gotta do, guys. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button. We got 25 people over here, and I got 17 likes. Come on, guys, let's do it. I need those likes up. Let's get to 25 likes. Okay, come on, smash it, smash it, smash it. We gotta get the likes up. Oh, that was me giving you a chance to go ahead and hit the like button. There you go. Guys, definitely go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe. So yeah, guys. At the end of the day, the team has to beat the Bills. We also have to win the division. Like us winning the division is definitely gonna help to us MVP candidate, because if he's able to be a major contributor for us actually winning these games and the way we win them, there you go. So beating the Bills, B, win division. Those are gonna be two of the major things that I feel like will definitely, as a team, will definitely make it happen. Now, you know what, Ray Love, you made a good observation there. I appreciate you. QBs on running teams don't make MVP. Hey, as far as I can tell, Josh Allen wasn't a running team. He was the running team and he won MVP. So, hey, wait, no, he didn't win, but he came close. See, so possible. Um, yeah, we would have to go ahead and beat the Bills, guys. It's not easy. It, he literally will have to be the contributing factor for us winning those games. Not just winning the games, it's how we win the games. Obviously, defense is going to help out. So, how will the defense help out? Another great question, guys. The defense will help out by keeping the opposing offenses. If we can manage to get them between 10 and 15 points a game, which, by the way, that would make our defense better than last year since we averaged 16.4 last year. In that 8 game stretch, 16.4, meaning second half of the season, we were number one. So if we can do that again, or let's say we take a little step back and we keep opposing offenses to like mm, 18, 20 points, right? We would have to score like 35 points a game, like decisive, multiple points away from the other team. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, that we would have to go ahead and realistically beat them astoundingly, like almost doubling them up. Having those big wins as a team and winning the division, key factor. Now, my super fan me, as you guys know, if you guys caught my video, I make some really super fan predictions. So if you want to catch that, go back and look at last week's. I put it in, schedule release. I have a special interview day with Miss Phins 75 that we go over all of that as well. So please, please, please take a look at it. A lot of fun. You'll see my super fan, and then my realistic one, and then my middle of the road, like could happen one. But for these purposes, I will go ahead and tell you what my realistic record is. 10-7. That's not enough to win the division, nor is it enough for us to get to the playoffs. So because of those two things, no way he even gets a shot at being even getting a what do you call it? Getting a vote. Because that means, I mean, although we do stay consistent, being that we were 10-6, then 9-8, and now we go 10-7, then that literally just means that now we're great, back to back to back winning seasons. We just can't get over the hump. And that is not um going to really help out. You know what I mean? So that essentially we won't win the division with that type of record. We would have to honestly be like 12-5, 13-4 for us to be able to do it. Now, it could happen. It could happen. But the likelihood, that's the part. It's like, a lot of these games that we played last year and the year before, i.e., the Jaguars game, i.e., the uh, Atlanta game, i.e., the not Colts because they beat us pretty not good either. But the what's the other team I'm talking? The Raiders. Those are three games alone last year that add those three games to our 9-8, and that literally puts us at 12-5. 12-5 is the exact record that the Titans had to be number one overall in the AFC. If those, like, I call them 50-50 games, they shouldn't be 50-50, if we're being honest, but they still eventually be 50-50. So that in itself, if those 50-50 games break our way and we get those wins, that really would help. So that would really, 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 really make a difference. So us winning those 50-50 games will add to our win count, and that is what will make it happen. Now, let's see here. As far as well, Bones, you do realize. Let's see here. We can go 10-7 and win the division. You do know we only have 6 divisional games, right? Yes, we could also sweep the Bills, the Patriots, and the Jets and not win the division as well. You do realize that too, right? So as far as the division itself, yes, we could definitely go ahead and win it. 10-7. I mean, if we would have just won out, we would have won last year the division. But we had that fatal loss against the Titans. So, I mean, it is what it is at this point. But yeah, we can still go 10-7 and not win like last year the division. We would have to go ahead and astoundingly beat the Bills. And we would at least bare minimum have to go from 10-7 or 9-8, I guess, last year to an extra 3 games minimum. And that would put us in my 4,500 yard, or like 4,500 yard um, base, because with all this firepower in the offense, there's no way we can't get more touchdowns, more wins, and things like that. Now, if the defense, obviously, because we all project that the defense is going to take a little step back, okay, fine, fine. But it shouldn't take away from the fact that we would really have to make a drastic change for this team to propel Tua to becoming that dark horse MVP. Because remember, that's what we're talking about today. We're not talking about overall predictions, all that. Watch last week's episodes. Thank you very much. But we're really talking about him, Tua, being a dark horse MVP. And we already discussed what Tua needs to do, bare minimum, Now we're talking about what the team needs to do bare minimum to go ahead and get him there. Um, but that essentially is where we're at right now. So the team would literally have to be like 12-5, 13-4, win the division. That'll put us at at least top four in the conference. Those types of jump, it's that leap and bound. The whoa, where did the Dolphins come out of nowhere? That's shock and awe. That's really what would propel him, barring he does his job, to becoming that dark horse MVP. So it's not like it's impossible. Likelihood, not really though. As likely, but he could come out of nowhere and really shock. So we went over what Tua had to do, what the team had to accomplish. Now, number three, will it happen? Well, will it happen is a very definite statement, but I would have to say that Tua throwing over 5,000 yards, over 45 touchdowns, you know, a small amount of interceptions. And then on top of that, too, the team winning the division, getting into the playoffs, winning playoff, like all those factors in, will that propel him into winning the MVP? I think it can. And let me tell you why. Because of that shock and awe, people. No one is expecting the Miami Dolphins to win the Super Bowl. Unless you're a Dolphins fan. Most people are not. They still don't consider us a contender. Like we had the hype when Tyree came out. It's like, oh my gosh, they're dark horse Super Bowl winner. That lasted 3 weeks. Then after that, it's like, well, I mean, look at all these other teams that got way better. Which is not a lie. Again, the AFC is a tough conference. The fact that we have 10 Pro Bowl QBs, I mean, honestly, I would say right now, with the 16 teams in the conference, we probably pre-season starting rank maybe like 12. Maybe not 12. I'd say 11. Definitely not top 10. It's not that I don't want them to be top 10, but if you look at it, it's going to be very, very, very difficult to beat these other teams who literally, the Miami Dolphins did all this. We became a much better team, guys. But so did other teams. So we were here. Other teams were here. We'll put it here. The Dolphins, what we did in the offseason, it got us to the same level of how those teams were last year. Maybe a little bit more, right? But then those teams got slightly better. See the difference? Because of that, we're still playing from behind. We're still playing catch up. And yes, Jeff, do anything is possible for Tua, Lady Dolphin, Miss Phins. But again, is it probable with these numbers, with the team making those accomplishments? Yes, because we were 3 games away from being number one in the conference. So it definitely is possible, people. Like, definitely is possible. But again, at the end of the day, probable. Eh, It would have to take him, I mean, like super out of himself. He would have to be what he was in college. And I don't mean the type of player, I mean the type of numbers. Breaking all these records, the most blah, 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 blah. Yes. Most TDs, more passing yards, more like that type of impact in the game, that is what he would have to do to become MVP. Just complete, just like take over the game like nobody else matters. This is my team. We're taking it to the house every single time. Essentially, you guys remember those first two plays. Well, not first two, the first two drives. And I mean by the first drive in the first half and the drive and then the first drive in the second half. Guys, it was almost automatic the Dolphins were making a touchdown. Like almost automatic at this point towards the end, like in the season last year. Almost automatic. Why? Oh, it was scripted plays. He knew exactly where he wanted to go. Okay, fine, whatever. Scripted plays. There you go. Okay. And he better have every scripted play possible then because I need to see some TDs. Getting those touchdowns, getting those yards, that yak, fine. If most of his are 5 yarders or 10 yarders or 15 yarders that go for 45, who cares? He'll still get his yards. That yak is still going to be there. So that is what would have to go ahead and really happen for the team to do it. Having that type of performance, something that's just completely out of nowhere, that definitely can put him in the category of dark horse MVP because he's going to be taking the league by storm. And I'm talking him by storm. I mean, look, Lamar did it in his second year. He took the league by storm. Definitely made it happen. You know what I mean? So that's what I say. Is it possible? Of course it's possible. Hey, Double A, welcome. Of course it's possible. But is it probable? That's the part. All of these things would have to like click, 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 click for him to be an MVP candidate. Just as a candidate, guys. I'm not even saying like win it. For him to be a legit like, oh, okay, we have to choose between Brady, Rogers, and Tua. Like that's what I mean. Like those types of conversations. And guys, him having an MVP season will get us to the Super Bowl. Because think about it this way. Nobody thought the Bengals were going to make it to the Super Bowl. Literally nobody. Except if you're a super homer, for the Bengals. Obviously, you're like, Super Bowl or bust. Like, obviously. Like how we are every year. Super Bowl, baby. 20-0. But nobody had the Bengals. Nobody had the Bengals going to the Super Bowl. Everybody swore it was going to be Bills and Actually, no, Bills and Packers. Until the 49ers came in and said, no, 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 and beat them. So everybody swore it was going to be Packers and Bills. And it wasn't. Morning, Rashad. Welcome, welcome. Because of that, that's one of the main reasons why I say he would have to just be complete, like just be out there. Like, whoa, this is the Tua Tagovailoa we were waiting for. Essentially, Tua without the career-ending injury. Because, guys, let's be honest, the way that Tua was playing in college prior to that injury was gunslinger. I mean, he was just making it happen left and right. Him not getting that injury, he absolutely would have gone first overall. I don't care how Joe Burrow did in 2019 in that championship. It was going to be Tua Tagovailoa, and the experts say it was going to be him. So that's why I like my brother and I would cry like, oh my god, I can't believe we didn't tank and we still got him. Like we were so happy. Like, oh gosh, yes, the Dolphins didn't screw this up. Why? Because hello, we wanted Tua. Tank for two. I was all for it. I mean, we were sucking for luck, and then we didn't get him. So thank for Tua. I mean, God, that was just. I would have much rather had luck, obviously. But could we have supported a luck in this team with this organization? Some would say absolutely not. So I'm happy he at least, made it to the NFL. But yeah, that's the thing, guys. Like for him to go ahead and actually be that, like, oh, remember dark horse, people, dark horse. He would have to be a complete, like, just super sane Tua. If you guys know what I'm talking about, tell me what show am I referring to in the comment section. If Tua goes super sane, what does that mean? And what show does that come from? So I want to see how many people really, really have watched that show. So go ahead and put it in the comment section. I'm gonna wait till the first person to actually mention it. But yes, him going super saiyan, full on, like, like out of his world type of Tua. That is exactly what I'm expecting from Tua. Thank you, Chef Jew. Absolutely. Everybody clap it up. Dragon Ball Z, baby. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Dragon Ball Z. Hey, I used to get up very early in the morning, 6 o'clock every morning, before school, get ready, and watch Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon, baby. Don't get me started. I know the entire song. So, but yes, um, at the end of the day, that is what would have to happen for him to be a dark horse. Um, QB. Now, he's 3 years removed from his injury. He's looking crisper. His he's looking, I don't want to say twitchy, but he's looking more like decisive, which is a good thing. At least from what I'm seeing in these little videos. So him having that effortness, then effortlessness, I guess. That's a good thing. Him being able to, I'm not gonna talk about others, but I'm talking about just mechanics to be able to just throw the ball. The more he feels comfortable in doing that, the quicker his decision making is gonna be. The quicker he'll be able to go ahead and shoot his shots. So when it comes to that, you want to be able to go ahead and have Tua go go all out. You know what I mean? Go all out. And I think he could do it. I genuinely think that he could do, again, dark horse, people, dark horse MVP. That is where we're talking about. Okay? Him could definitely be dark horse MVP, but he would have to, like, play out of his mind. And I'm talking about like over 5,000 yards, 45 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, like going crazy, feeding everybody that type of competitiveness out of Tua is what he will need to do. Guys, do me a favor real quick. Take a second. We got 30 y'all in here. Let's get the like button up. Okay? Let's hit the like button real quick for me. Let's let other people know we're in here, okay? Because that is what we want to go ahead and, spread the love, people. Spread the love. Okay? Yep. Super Saiyan. I know. I level 2 news. Greater chance you'll be struck by lightning. Wait, if you're gonna be struck by lightning, I mean, good luck. That's all I gotta say. But seriously, like, that's what it would take. The team Super Bowling out together, clicking on all cylinders like a well-oiled machine, people, and Tua balling out. And I'm talking about like Brady type numbers, like over 5,000 yards, averaging, again, like three. That it would be him averaging 300 yards a game. Him doing 300 yards a game, 2.5 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns. Like, I'm talking some insane thing that you would never think that he would actually do. That is what he would have to do. Just to, because remember, dark horse means he's not like a automatic, like, of course Brady's gonna be considered for QB because it's Brady. Look at his numbers are consistent. Of course, as Rodgers is gonna be looked into. Those certain players that are just consistent already doing it to us so young in his career. But him having that breakout year, that like third year, Josh Allen, third year, super breakout year, in the conversation, finished second, obviously, but still, look at what he was able to do. He went from like, this is a bust to, whoa, Bills are actual contenders to the Super Bowl. So that is that's definitely gonna be good. Hey, good morning, Los Dolphinaticos Canal, aka Dolph Fan Maniacs. Welcome to Miss Phins. Much appreciated. What's up, Miss Phins? Good morning. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see. Okay, Pamela, I'll let's see because say Miss Phins. I actually was not on the tour bandwagon. I didn't want him, but once he became a Miami Dolphins, I supported him. Hey, that's awesome. You know what I mean? Not everybody wanted him. Let's be honest. Not everybody wanted him. Some people still don't want him. But hey, it's up to him to change the minds. And it's not just us as fans too. He has to change the minds of his peers. He's gotta like strike that fear. And those reporting like when they look at the Dolphins, it's like, man, this is not gonna be an easy game. We may win, but we might be losing players. You know what I mean? Like that defense just like annihilating teams, just eating them up. And then the offense be like, oh man, I don't know if we could keep up 35, 40 points a game with the Dolphins. Guys, do you know how good that sounds, people? For others to feel the Dolphins, it's awesome. Let's see here, Pam, Miss Vince. I can tell you right now, he could win 15 games this season and he would still have a huge amount of haters in the Dolphins nation. I don't know. Winning cures a lot of things, people. A lot of things. But I understand where you're coming from. I think it's just people who really just have a different vision for what they want the Dolphins to be. Hey, everybody's entitled to their opinion. You know what I mean? But that is exactly what I feel like for me. What would have to happen for Tua to be a dark horse MVP candidate? So you see it here. Like, honestly, guys, look at this 5,000 yards, which it comes out to 294 yards a game. Now, granted, that's like what, 90 more yards from what he averaged last year, which was 204. I get it. 90 more yards. But think about it. We got Tyreek now. We got an impressive running back group. And then on top of that, too, um, we have an offensive focused head coach. So, with all those things, it's just natural for any team to get better naturally, just naturally out of nature. It would have to be catastrophic um, injuries to happen, kind of like the Ravens, how they were murdering everybody for the first 8 weeks till they met us. But they were like super injured by then, to be honest with you. Let's be honest. So that's what I mean by that. So again, with Tua, can Tua be a dark horse QB? Absolutely. But that would really require for Tua to go ahead and just be a what do you call it? Be a just completely take over. Like completely take over like you've never seen before. That is what's going to help him in his his MVP status. So, guys, I will tell you this. And this is Miss Fence, and this is a public service announcement. This is a children's channel. I know because I gotta put the little thingy that says it's for children, but not really. This is a Miami Dolphins channel, guys. Miss Vince. But one thing we will do is keep it cordial, guys. Not just up here, but also in the comment section. So please, I ask everybody, you guys can have your arguments. There's no problem at all. Disagree all you want. Do not be nasty, people. Okay? Not here. Children do watch this show. Okay? So we have to be cordial with everybody. You may not disagree, which is fine, but I do need you guys to keep it cordial even in the comment section. Okay? So doesn't matter. You guys just be cordial and you're good to go. Okay? As far as um that would be that would be my overall. So what do you want out of the Miami Dolphins? We all just want to win, people. We just want to win. You know what I mean? And with that, it's going to be very, very, very possible for us to be able to go ahead and make it happen. But it just shows to me like we really need to make sure that Tua has the support that he needs for him to break out. Just like Josh Allen did. I mean, a lot of people don't see like there's so many things similar between us and the Bills, which is frustrating because obviously as a Dolphins fan, it's like no, forget the Bills. But guess what? They won the division the last 2 years. They must be doing something right. So I want us to be and have the opportunity to win championships. That's the goal. The goal is to win a championship. It's not to get to the playoffs. It's not to win a playoff game. It's to get to the Super Bowl, people. If you're not out here trying to get to the Super Bowl, what are you out here for? Like, what are you out here for? So, with that being said, yeah, you definitely need to make sure that as much as you may not like Tua, guys, understand that with the changes we made this team, we're going all in on Tua, which I'm fine for. I want to know what we have in him. But will all of this propel the team into winning Super Bowls? And will all of this propel the team? Well, that's the team. Will propel him to perhaps, as a dark horse, come out of nowhere, surprise people like Josh Allen did, and be a candidate for MVP. I feel like just him being a candidate for MVP would be amazing. Obviously, if you wanted, it's better. But for him just to be a candidate for MVP, oh man, guys, I mean, that's pretty awesome. That is pretty dope. So having Tua again, just to recap: one, throw for 5,000 yards, 45 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. I feel like that would make it. And as him, what he would need to do as a team, we have to go like 13-4 or like 12-5 for us to actually give it a shot as a team, which also means we have to win the division against the Bills. So we split against the Bills. We sweep Patriots and Jets. That'll put us at 5-1 in the division, going 12-5. We could literally be the second team in the AFC because the AFC is tough, but they're going to be battling each other. They're going to eat each other alive. So with the AFC being that way, I mean, we have a very, very good chance, just like actually last year. How last year the AFC completely beat each other. Nobody owned the conference till literally week 17. It wasn't until week 17 when we find out who was going to be number one in their conference because it could have been the Bengals, it could have been the Titans, it could have been. I mean, we literally had no idea. I was playing the little. You guys know, I think the NFL was the one that I was doing, or ESPN, where it's like the playoff calculator. I was rearranging that puppy. Like, what if they went? What if they? It was insane. Nobody owned the conference till literally week 17. It made for great content, and that's why the NFL does their scheduling the way they do. They want this to be unlike before. We all know by like week 12, we already knew who was going to be in the playoffs, and then they just played randoms towards the end. And they're like, no, we want it to be exciting at the beginning and towards the end. Obviously, throughout the entire year, but they made an emphasis of putting divisional games in the beginning of the year and at the end of the year, which, hey, it makes for great content, which is very smart on their part, to be honest with you. So, as you can see, guys, go ahead and do me a favor. Hit the like button. Just smash it real quick. Smash it. Smash it. Just right there. And if you see that very big red button next to it, that means you haven't subscribed. So go ahead and subscribe real quick. Why not? It doesn't hurt you. And you can find even more great content over here at Miss Phins. That's all I'm saying. Like, that's all I'm saying. But guys, again, with you guys being the way that you have been, this makes it so much more fun for us to go ahead and just keep talking about these awesome topics. As you can see, I've already put up what we're going to talk about Wednesday and Friday. Did I put Friday? Yeah, I think so. Friday, I may or may not be on camera when I come in because I will be on my way um, to doing some stuff. So because of that, I may not be available phase wise, but you'll definitely you'll hear me because I like to talk. Like, that's it. So that is going to be what we'll be doing. The panel that I do want to do this Thursday. Check it out. This Thursday we will be doing a panel. You guys get to come up here. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about. We're gonna have some fun. That's what I'm gonna talk about. You know what I mean? Those fun topics we're gonna discuss. Obviously, about the Miami Dolphins. But guys, I really, I did watch this video on. I don't think it's Good Morning Football. Nick Wright. I forgot which one he does. But he came out here and said that the Dolphins, real quick before I close it out, the Dolphins are going to be 5-12. Guys, do you agree? Next year or this year, I guess, that the Dolphins are going 5-12 and tying the Jets, people. The Jets. That's what we're thinking. First take. Thank you so much, caller. Yeah, 5-12. When I saw that, I literally had to take a minute and be like, I know we have a tough schedule, but are we looking at the same schedule? You're telling me, okay, let's say we sweep the Jets. That's two. Let's say, for all argument's sake, we split with the Patriots, right? And get swept by the Bills. Okay, that's three right there, right? And you tell me we're going to lose to every other team, with the exception of maybe the Lions that we'll probably win against? And who's another one that you would say it's like, you better win, Dolphins? What are the games out of that? Two Jets, Patriots, Lions. What are the games? Like, and you know what, Color? You make a great point. I didn't even think about that. I forget that he's a super Kansas City fan. Like, it's a little much. It's a little much. But yeah, I guess he is upset about losing Tyreek. Because it's funny, in March, he was like, when we got Tyreek, he was all about, hey, Dolphins are going for it. Dolphins are going to, they're going to overtake the Bills. Now we're not even winning 6 games. I was like, what? I mean, for us to only win 6, and you know what, Isaac? Yeah, I guess Bears would be the only other one. And I say because, second year QB, doesn't have all the pieces. That's the only reason why I say it. And I'm not trying to say Justin Fields is not a good QB. I'm just saying young, and doesn't have all of it yet. There you go. Your 5 wins: Lions, Bears, 2 Jets, and the Patriots. Really? So there's no way on earth we can win any other game. Like literally, I have to take a moment. Like, what? My God! If anything, at least if you want to go bear, you know what? The way I take it is those are the for sure wins. Like the last year, the Jaguars, like Dolphins. Come on, that's a definite win. You know what I mean? On paper, on paper, we're a better team. So if we just go by papers, yeah. But as far as us just winning five, like the way I see it, he's probably just saying, "Oh, 5 given wins." Okay, fine. He also has the Jets going 5-12. You're seriously telling me right now? No, no, there's no way. And then on top of that, too, like the Patriots haven't done anything big. They did it all last year. Like not, you know what I mean? Like last off season, not this year. They're nothing this year, but get Cole Strange. Like, sorry, I don't mean to chuckle at that one. It's not against Cole Strange. Hey, you got drafted. That's a dream come true. And to a winning organization, absolutely. Before you come at me, delusional Patriots fans, relax. I'm giving it up. They've won. I think that's way past them now with no Tom Brady, but they still have Belichick, so you can never count out the Patriots. Let's be real. But they haven't done anything to really, you know, come out here and own the AFC East. So you have and by the way, I saw this statistic. I really do think we're the youngest QB. We have the youngest QBs in the entire league. I can't think of another division, and I'm looking at them, and I don't think any other division has as young QBs as we are. Zach Wilson, 22. Mac, 23. Tua, 24. What's his name? Bills, Josh Allen, 26. All of our guys are under 26. Like, it's insane how young these QBs are in this division, which for me, it's prime for us to take advantage. We have to. But for him, for two, hey, word of mouth, welcome. Yes, let's go Heat. As far as the Dolphins, what they need to do, win the division, astoundingly. But really, you gotta get to like 12-5. They do that, good. And then, will it happen? Will this happen? If those two things that I mentioned before, between his stats and the team going the way they do, remember, we're slotted to be 19th this year, at least per some dude, Joel, whatever, on CBS, I think he said. I forgot. It's on my Twitter, people. Check my Twitter out, which you didn't know, guys. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, all social media. Find Miss Phins, like and subscribe, www.youtube.com/Miss Phins. You see how easy it is? MISSPHINS, in case you're just listening. But yes, guys, like, seriously, there's no way on earth. I think we're only getting 5 games next. We get 5 games out. Let me put it to you this way. If the Miami Dolphins go 5-12 this new season with Tyreek, Teron, and all these pieces, who gets fired first is what I want to hear from you guys. So you guys, before I answer, who gets? Hey, Joel, welcome back. Good morning, Miss Phins. Thank you so much. Who gets fired first if we go 5-12? That's what I want to hear from you guys. Literally, that's what I want to hear. Who gets fired first? Because to me, I'm not gonna answer until I hear you guys say it. Who gets fired first? We go 5-12. Who gets fired first, people? Because that to me is a travesty and mismanagement of tools and personnel. So who's getting fired first is what I want to know. And then who's getting fired with them? Because there is No way on earth. The Dolphins go five. That's how it will be. That is exactly how it will be. The Dolphins go 5-12. Like literally, the Dolphins go 5-12. I mean, I just don't even. It's just my brain cannot register the Dolphins going 5-12 with these horrendous. There's just no way. 5-12. That's insane. Who gets fired first? I saw somebody say here the head coach. Yeah. Okay, the Lucho Patriots fan. I'll have to give it to you. This is hilarious. Unless the head coach is Urban Meyer, you might have to give them second year at least. You know what? Are you serious, guys? Do we give them a second year? Them going 5-12? Do you think so? Do you really think we give them 5-12? You know what? Word of mouth. You make a good point. I'm actually very happy you said that. Most likely to him, and it's sad because true he would get the game. He would get the blame. I agree. I think Tua would definitely get sacked first. Oh, this just got that. Anyways, yeah. I mean, honestly, front office is what I would say before I even touch the players. Front office because it's a clear mismanagement of these assets. There's no way on earth that the Miami Dolphins go 5-12. They do, and it's going to be a disaster. The honest only saving grace for this regime. I can't even believe I'm saying this. Oh my god, I can't even believe I'm saying this. Is the fact that we have a rookie head coach, and I'm with delusional. They may give him a second year just to see. Okay, you got your kinks out. Now, can you go ahead and actually get us some wins? You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel like that would really, really be the only way. And Johnny, welcome back to Miss Phins. Let's see here. You make a great point. I see first season is more acceptable to have a bad record, but if it's 5-12, year two, then McDaniel is the one on the hot seat. Yeah, but does that mean we give him a third year? Because then you're putting Tua in a 7-year plan, people. And I thought the fan base was all out here like we're not giving him the 7-year plan like we gave Tannehill. Okay, fine, but you realize you gave him three with two with Flo. You got this one right now. That's three. You want to give him a second year? Okay, that's fine. That's four. But wait, now we gotta check it out and see. Okay, they need a little bit more time to gel. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. What happens in 2024, people? 2025? All these contracts come due? Oh, our 2021 draft picks, you know, we have to exercise their third or, I mean, their fifth option. If not, we got to go ahead and pay them a ton of money. Ooh, okay. You see what I mean? It doesn't work. The time frame that we have, unfortunately, as ridiculous as it sounds, is now. That's the only time frame we have right now. That is what's going to help them do it. And you know what, Vince, Pam, 13-4. Dolphins go 13-4, and we're going to be top of the AFC. Not the AFC East, or not just the AFC East. We will literally be the top of the AFC because I don't foresee with these other teams murdering themselves. I mean, let's go real quick because I don't got much time, guys. But I do want to go over this. 2 seconds, guys. If y'all allow me for the next 2 minutes, I'm gonna go over the AFC because I feel like this is it's very important. Obviously, we know the East. We know our teams: Bills, Patriots, Dolphins, Jets. But even the AFC North, Bengals, Steelers, Browns, Ravens. Bengals, they're going to the playoffs. Let's not lie. Browns, they just got Deshaun. And he's only getting suspended maybe 4 games. Maybe. And that's if he doesn't appeal and probably brings it down to 2. Yeah, I'm going to go 90% going to the playoffs. And then the Ravens are actually got their pieces back. They're going to be getting even more pieces back. And they still have Lamar Jackson. So, yeah, that's playoffs. Right then and there in that one division. The Steelers, no, I'm sorry. They're too young to have a quarterback. I don't, and brethren, if you're seeing this or catching the replay, yeah. Sorry, the Steelers are not gonna, they're not making the playoffs. But they did, they said that last year and they still made it to the playoffs. So at this point, I mean, we don't know. But for sure, I'm very confident that the Bengals, the Ravens, and the Browns, playoff teams. Okay, fine. Miss Phins. AFC South. Titans, Colts, Texans, Jaguars. Guys, we all know Jaguars and Texans aren't going nowhere. Davis Mills. And then from what I'm seeing, Trevor Lawrence, he's not getting all the support he may need. They need a they got some good pieces, but they may need to do a little bit more overhaul for him to be able to do it. But I still think he's a solid quarterback. They just have to build around him. Yeah. But I do like that he's been playing more pro style offense, hence why he struggled his rookie year. So, but I'm not even worried about him. Texas, exactly. Fine. But you still got the Titans, you still got the Colts. Titans last year again, 12-5. Guess what? AFC, top of the AFC. And the Colts by 1 game were out of the Colts by 1 game with a hurt Carson Wentz were 1 game away from making the playoffs. And now they have Matt Ryan, who, if not for anything, healthy, available all the time, and consistent. And they have Jonathan Taylor too. So that's right there. That's 5 teams, guys. And we haven't even hit the AFC West. Okay, fine, Miss Vince. Who's in the West? Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers, Broncos. Oh, whoa, let's take a look at that, people. Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. Really? Do I really need to say anything else? Except I will tell you the most delicious tight end. I mean, you guys know I love Gesicki. I call him Get Sexy, but Travis Kelsey or Kelsey, whatever you want to call him. Ooh, that is a very good swaglicious man right there. That's all I'm saying. Oh, anyways, um, so yes, those two right there. I know they lost Tyreek, fine, but you cannot count them out. Come on, you can't. Andy Reid, please, people. The only head coach, by the way, that won 100 games in 2 different teams. Because if you guys didn't know, he was a head coach for the Philadelphia Eagles, won over 100 games, and also the Kansas City Chiefs won over 100 games. The only man in NFL history to do that, Andy Reid, Super Bowl winning coach. I mean, I was happy for him when they won because of him. Nobody else except him, because he definitely deserved it. So, yeah. So Chiefs playoffs. Raiders. Oh, they just got Devontae Adams. What? The literal number 2 wide receiver? And yes, I said number 2 because if you don't give it up to Cooper Cup, who won me my fantasy league, nobody was touching it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get Cooper Cup. Mm. Offensive player of the year. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's I see Devontae. Number 2. Hey Trey, welcome to Miss Fans. Appreciate you. Um, exactly. Like it's I for sure don't see them taking any step back. They just got Devontae Adams. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, they lost a couple pieces, obviously bad behavior. But overall, they're still a solid team. I think playoffs team, they too were literally a game away or a game and a half away from being in the playoffs last year. Okay, fine. Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers. Anybody heard of Justin Herbert? I almost said Beaver for a second. Justin Herbert, sensational. His rookie year, sensational. Man threw for over 10,000 yards and 300 touchdowns. Obviously, he didn't, people. But I mean, you can't. You have to give it up. He was amazing. Oh my God, Trey, you're so right. The Raiders do have Darren Waller. I mean, talk about male model, people. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's that combination alone. I love it. Love it. And Derek Carr, say what you want. He's a solid QB. Consistent and available. Those two things right there, that's what you want to see. But yeah. And where we at? With Chargers, I mean, guys, they made it last year. They did not make it last year. They're very close. I fully see them make, and they still have Keenan Allen. They still have so many pieces, and they just shored up. Oh, I don't even want to talk about the Chargers because it'll get me upset. But anyways, Chargers, and then you have Broncos who just got Russell Wilson. People, some people say, "Oh, he's washed up." Washed up, Mister. I already won a Super Bowl and went to a second one, and by one, guys, horrendous, horrendous. Um, one horrendous call by Pete Carroll to, instead of utilizing the biggest running back in NFL history, in my opinion, he, everybody knew they were going to run. It wasn't that far stretch. Run the ball. Who cares what you run it out of? Run the ball. You're the 1 yard line. Run the ball. Nope, we're going to outcoach everybody and throw it. Okay. Sure, Pete. So, yeah, people. And I just went through. Oh, did I even count the Bills? Oh my God. I just went through nine, guys, nine, nine playoff teams without me even going through the AFC East. Bills, playoffs. Patriots were there last year. They could still do it. But you know what? We want to consider ourselves playoff team? Fine. Patriots? Fine. We'll give them the just, at least they can't do no worse. Guys, that's 12 teams who can legitimately be in the playoffs. Like, legitimately be in the playoffs. There's only 7 spots. Who are the who are the 5 people not making it? Hmm? Who are the 5 teams not making it? I just named you literally 12 teams, including ourselves. Who do we beat out to make it to the playoffs? So now you guys see exactly why I say why I say what I say when it comes to Tua being a dark horse QB. They have us ranked 19th in the entire league out of 32 teams. I just named 12 playoff teams, legit playoff teams in the AFCs. In the AFC. Him throwing over 5,000 yards, 45 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. That's Tua taking care of himself, his stats. The team going 12-5, 13-4. My last point was that will it happen? We have yet to see. Could it happen? Absolutely, it could happen. Probably going to happen. That's yet to be determined. But getting those stats and us winning those games, yes. I could see Tua being a dark horse QB. Whether you like them or not, with these stats, those teams, and going up against the fact that we have to go against 11 other playoff teams to make it to seven spots. Come on, people. Come on. Like it's just unreal. And I don't want to. You know what? I appreciate you, delusional Patriots fan. Well, too unbiased. I should say. I am being unbiased because I'm just going straight up. Like, this is what we have to deal with. Can we make it happen? Is this something that you can seriously see us doing it? Yeah, it's possible. We have to see how this team goes. So when I say these numbers, they may seem ridiculous, but it's not that far off. 5,000 yards is him averaging 294. 4,500 yards, which is say at minimum, he should be at 265 yards. Guys, come on, man. It's not even close. But listen, guys, this is Miss Phins. Again, thank you so much for joining Miss Phins. If you have not done so already, you see that right there? I just put it in again. Guys, subscribe today. YouTube.com/Miss Phins. Why? We have to get to 1,000 before preseason. We're already a third way there, guys. A third way there. Hello. And it's all you guys. You see this? You see this little imaginary person is tour riding this dolphin to victory in the Super Bowl, people. We can do it. Let's make it happen. This is Miss Phins, guys. I'm very grateful to have each and every single one of you guys in today. Do me a favor, hit that like button, guys. Subscribe. The more we share, the more people get to see the content, and the more great conversations we have. Before I do go, though, I have to shout out the glorious, I didn't even get to catch the game, Miami Heat. Guys, if you weren't fired up, I had to catch it. Apparently, literally, we were going against not just the Celtics, but also the refs too. I mean, it's insane. I gotta catch more highlights, but man, the Heat right now are showing you what really they can do. And through adversity, we can really make it happen and make that push to the playoffs. Now, I'll tell you this. My dad and I spoke yesterday. It was like, look, no matter who comes out of the East, they're not winning the championship because they're just all beat up. And I had to think, like, yeah, that actually makes sense because between us and the Celtics, so we're both beat up. And and the Warriors right now are looking like they're clicking on all cylinders. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be tough. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say otherwise. But I will say that the Heat definitely have a very strong chance of winning this series. And I would say in six. I'm gonna stay consistent in six. But they have a chance to really make it all the way through. Let's see here, Miss Finn 75. Can someone tell me if Miss Finn said Tua would have 5,000 yards? Yes, if he caught the earlier part of a string. I literally said for him to be a dark horse QB, he has to go ahead and hit over 5,000 yards. Yep, I said it. I know. I said at bare minimum, exactly, Pam, bare minimum 4,500 yards. But for him to be considered a dark horse QB, he would have to go Super Saiyan out of Dragon Ball Z and yes, go for 5,000 yards. I know, crazy, but it is what it is. And exactly, SpongeBob Marley, totally love your name. I believe in miracles, exactly, and miracles happen once in a while if you believe. Okay, guys. Again, this is Miss Fins. Thank you so much for joining Miss Fins. I am Miss Fins, guys. Again, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe. Why? Because it literally helps. Like that's like more than anything else. Like it totally helps. So make it happen, people. Make it happen. I believe in every single one of you guys. Let's keep sharing, guys. Let's make it happen. Look, they're about to go on this break for like a month. You guys want to continue to have Dolphins content? I want to continue to give it to you. But I need those like buttons up and I need the subscriptions up, guys. So hit the like button, smash it. Okay? And let's get these subscriptions. Share it to the world, guys, because this is our channel. Okay, we could only do this ourselves. Like we could do it together, but the only way we do it together is if we do it together. That's a very roundabout type of argument, but you get what I'm saying, guys. We can only do it together. Okay, we can only do it together. Uh, I almost passed out with the tape. Yes, I know. Hey, look, for him to actually get to 4,500 yards, it's 265 yards a game, which he was averaging 204 last year. So it's an extra 60 with this offense. I don't think that's a stretch. And then on top of that, too, from 204 to 300, or technically 294, is 90 yards. I don't think it's a stretch with all the yak we're going to be getting. Just saying. That's my take, guys. And y'all trying to keep me here, but I'm a working woman. I gotta get to work. But guys, you want to continue to see this content again, hit that like button. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for spending this morning. It is so much fun doing all this with you guys. And guess what? Also, leave me in the comment section. Go ahead and go down there and put. Now I'm gonna pin it. It's gonna be the pinned comment. I want to hear what stats does Tua have to do for him to be considered dark horse and your record prediction to us. So I'm gonna put that. It's gonna be the pink comment of the day. I need you to reply back. And if you want me to answer your questions too, guys, I'm starting it. Hashtag Miss Phins Should I do QB? No, that's question. QT. Miss Phins, the capital Q, the capital T. You put that or at Miss Phins QT. Right? Question. Yeah, I like it. I like it, and that's what we're going with. Put that. Leave me your comments. Leave me your questions, guys. And next video that we're doing tomorrow, I'm gonna answer all your questions. So it doesn't matter how crazy. Dolphins related, people. Dolphins related. I mean, whatever you guys want to ask, go ahead. If you have a specific topic you guys want to talk about, put it right then and there too. Okay, so I'm gonna put a pin comment. It's gonna be Tua's record prediction, the team's record prediction, and Tua's stats. What do they need to be for him to be a dark horse QB, guys? You saw what mine was. Some people say, I can see it. Other people said, what are you talking about? Hey, again, my record prediction. Okay. And shout out to the Panthers too, Florida Panthers. Listen, love you guys. Let's make it happen, okay? Let's make it happen. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Again, this is Miss Phins. I am Miss Phins. Thank you so much for you guys joining. And guess what, guys? At the end of the day, the only thing that we can do is just support our team, be there for them, and be here for each other. So put in your questions at Miss Phins QT, capital Q, capital T, or hashtag Miss Phins, capital Q, capital T. And then I will answer your questions, listen to your topics, that you guys want. I'm doing that. Listening to you guys. So go ahead and do so. But till tomorrow, guys, 8 a.m. Thank you so much and bye.